Sami says that I don't give modifications. I have this philosophy is I don't like modifications or alternate poses. I use the word approximations. So we're encouraging people to do the pose the way we're calling it out. And we're giving them the opportunity to go for it without saying, oh, if you can't do this, do this. If you can't do that, do that. Okay? It makes it too easy for people to just choose the easy way. So, you know, I'm teaching you to offer the ideal pose, the ultimate pose, and they move towards it the best they can. Now that doesn't mean that we don't offer some additional cues to let them know how to acclimate to the situation or how they can approximate the pose. So like this example we were talking about the shoulders, and you're saying like CrossFit guys or bodybuilders have big, strong, tight shoulders, you know, the hands behind the back, to interlace the hands behind the back for them is maybe not happening. Maybe they can get the fingers together, but the hands have to be open and the elbows have to be bent, and there's this big rounding, and this for them is like huge work. They could never get to this or this or this. And that's fine. I will still cue, interlace the hands together behind your back and squeeze. Press the palms together, straighten the elbows as much as you can. So for them, that might be like this. And we're okay with that. We can notice that that's happening and there's nothing to say, nothing to do. We don't have to say, no, I told you to squeeze your hands together. You know, straighten your elbows. Why can't you do it? Too many muscles? What's the problem? No, we don't have to draw attention to it. We don't have to point it out. We just let it be. But at the same token, we don't have to say, oh no, if your arms are too strong, just put your arms like this. Because then we're giving them the easy way out. We're deciding for them that they're defeated, that they can't do it. So by giving the cues, it's almost like we're just assuming like they could do it. And they might trick themselves, okay? Their mind may assume that they can do it as well, and they may be able to do it. But if we give them the easy way out, no, it won't happen, okay? And if anything, we're gonna offer them more, it's the approximation. Like what I explained before in this position, we would start with getting the hands interlaced together. If you can, with the hands interlaced together, straighten the elbows. Sometimes, you know, there's lots of strength and tightness in the shoulders. They may be able to get here and straighten the elbows as long as they're able to keep the hands very open like this. But then we say the next step is if you can straighten the elbows, try to squeeze the hands together. They may be able to do this, squeeze the hands together as they bend the elbows again. But then there's the give and take of doing both. If you can keep the elbows together and squeeze the hands, then you can push into the floor to open the chest more, rolling the shoulders back, creating more space. Okay. But even if they can't do that, we're still giving them the cues. We're giving them the opportunity to move from here to here to here. Okay? And whatever that give and take is. If they naturally move from, they're like, okay, again, it's one or the other. I can squeeze the hands with the elbows really, really bent, or I can straighten the elbows with the hands coming apart. That's fine. Both of those are acceptable. Because by moving between those two options, they're going to be working both areas. And then slowly, slowly, they'll start to get a little more closing with a little more straightening, a little more straightening with a little more closing, give and take back and forth. Okay? Does that help?
Yeah.